Hello, this is David Dean, and I have been wanting to do a video in a while just to update my views on what is the best Outlander for gathering, and it really determines what it is you're trying to gather and what level. But currently in the store, they do have one of the absolute top Outlanders in the game when it comes to gathering. This is just a reskin of the Pathfinder. If you already have the Pathfinder, you don't necessarily need so. She does have on her a good bonus for me a lot of times. Whenever I have to go in and tear down massive parts of my base to rebuild and stuff, I will take a Pathfinder with a Pathfinder slotted in the support squad to max out the pickaxe damage to be able to tear everything down much faster than my Constructor could. But for her, and I'm gonna talk about, first of all, anybody who starts playing this game should play either the Pathfinder or the Recon Scout Outlander for a little bit. And even if you're just going into a zone solo, just to find out where all the spawn points are for all the treasure chests and the ammo containers and everything else. And what you find out really quick is those spawn points are the same. Every time you go into an industrial zone and you see the same buildings, you know where those treasure chests and different items are going to spawn at. And it is random. Sometimes it will be a legendary treasure chest. Another time it will be one ammo can. Or it will be basically a soup can that you get nuts and bolts out of. But once you learn the spawn points, it makes life much better for any other hero you're playing. And the reason you want to do it with the Pathfinder or the Recon Scout is because they have one key power: keen eyes. Reveal containers that contain valuable objects within 2 tiles while in the zone. So basically, just running around in the zone, you can see the glow of ammo cans and treasure chests through walls, through ceilings. And I did this for a while, and I started finding out in each building where there's secret hidden rooms or where they like to hide things at. And it really helped me a lot later in the game. But if you don't have a Pathfinder, definitely a great one to grab. And just going through her powers, first of all Outlanders get the increased chance to find double loot by 6%. That gets pretty huge, and you'll see later on there is it's the Recon Scout. She has a support bonus that you can increase up to 6%. So now you can run around your Outlander getting a plus 12% for double loot, which really comes in handy when all you're worried about is gathering. In the zone, just 5 hits in a row with pickaxe, you do more pickaxe damage. Yay! Loot Llama. She actually has a boost coming up, another perk to help out her Loot Llamas. But ever since they greatly increased the amount of stone, wood, and metal people can carry around with them, I'm seeing a lot more Outlanders just skipping the Loot Llamas. Because once you know how to play the Outlander, you can pretty well gather more loot faster than you can with the Loot Llama on most other Outlanders. But her with her, as we'll see, Diamond Llama, actually is still a decent one to take the time out to do. The Teddy has become more important now in the game, that you no longer have to find a fragment to use it. You can throw it down anytime. It is good when you're out gathering to be able to throw down the Teddy and allow the Teddy to destroy the mobs while you keep on gathering and keep running around. And also, you don't waste ammo and your weapon durability shooting the husk. So yeah, that's a good thing. I noticed sometimes I would end up chewing up a weapon while trying to gather materials to build more weapons, and it just kind of turned into a loop. And then increased run speed while in the zone. So going back to here in the zone, so when you do the 5 hits, not only is your pickaxe doing 24% more damage, but you're moving around in the zone by 12% more, which is outstanding. The faster you're moving around, the more you're gathering materials. Already talked about keen eyes. Anti-material charge. This, if you're a new player, use this to gather more materials. They kind of describe it here. Performs a punch that travels 1 tile, dealing damage to any structures punched, and about 6,000 blunt damage to enemies. This punch will knock back smaller enemies. I never really liked the anti-material charge for attacking Husk, but it is great for gathering materials, mainly materials that take a lot of damage to destroy, like cars or semis or big objects like that. Also, it kind of has an area effect, so if you know the spot to hit, you can take out like 6 or 7 items with 1 punch, as opposed to doing 20 hits with your pickaxe. Loot find, 6% extra chance to find double loot, once again increasing that chance now. So just on her, it's up to 12, but once again, if you slot her with Recon Scout, you're getting that up to 18%, which is just a huge bonus. Work, doing more damage with the pickaxe. Increase the range of keen eyes by 1 tile, so now it's 3 tiles out. You can see the glow of treasure chests and other things. Phase shift for moving around and for kiting enemies or just getting away from enemies extremely fast. And I think they finally got it worked out where you can actually phase shift through Husk, which really can save your life a lot of the time. So definitely learn to use your phase shift. I definitely don't use it as much as I really should be. Here's that Diamond Llama. Increase yield of building materials and crafting ingredients within the loot llama by 50%. Drops crystals and doubles the amount of ore dropped when loot llama is completely destroyed. So for Jess, for the Pathfinder, you definitely want to pick up the llamas. Plus, your Outlander, when you get all the boosts, does a ton of extra damage with her pickaxe. So you should be able to solo the Diamond Llama without issue. Just keep hitting that little round target spot, and yeah, you'll be able to take it out and gather up all those materials and crystal and ore, and those are pretty good. And then deepen the zone, increase damage resistance by 14% and pickaxe damage by additional 24% during in the zone, which we showed you in the beginning, where you do 5 hits and you go into the zone. So once again, your pickaxe is doing much more damage, and you're able to take out that llama solo if you want to. But now, okay, that's all about what's in the store now. And for my recommendation, if you don't have a Pathfinder, a legendary one, yes, it's definitely worth the gold to get it. But now I want to get into a little bit deeper, talking about all the Outlanders and which are the best as far as gathering. And one thing I really love about Fortnite is that there isn't always a clear answer. No, what is the #1 weapon in the game? Well, there's 100 different answers to that question. Same best hero, and the same with best gatherer. When you are first starting off this game, as I stated, you really want to run around with either the Pathfinder or the Recon Scout. And they are extremely similar. And people have been arguing from the very beginning of the game, day 1, which is the better gatherer. And to me, there isn't enough difference between the two to worry about it. Like I said, the key thing on both of them is they have keen eyes to see the glow of treasure through walls. And besides that, there really isn't enough difference. She does move around the zone faster than the Pathfinder, but she doesn't have as much pickaxe damage as the Pathfinder, and she doesn't have the Diamond Llama. So, let's see. But the other thing she does have, Impossibility Matrix, which means the cooldown for her Teddy and Shock Tower goes a little faster. But what's really important on her is the 3% starting off, extra chance to find double loot, which, if you get her up to 3 stars, I believe that gets to 6%. So like I said, if you got Recon Scout, place that on your Pathfinder in the bonus, and then you got an 18% chance. But for me, when you're first starting out the game, and when you're trying to gather treasure chest, ammo, and things like that, these two are the best at low level. But if you are running around in a mission lower than you, just to gather materials like stone, metal, Even if you're getting some nuts and bolts through industrial areas where there's a lot in a small packed area, the Striker actually can do an amazing amount of gathering. He does not have the keen eyes where he can see treasure chests through walls and stuff like that. That's why the Pathfinder, Recon, Scout are better at getting the treasure chest. But if you just want to gather materials, this guy is great because of... Oh, did he have it right at the beginning? Yeah, the anti-material charge. That's what he's all about. Being able to do that fist strike and take out an area of metal or take out a semi and get all that metal with one hit. And his big thing is reducing the time of that. He does have bonuses for increasing how much damage he does with that strike, but in truth, that even on my Pathfinder, her using that strike, she can take out anything I want her to. So I'm not worried about the damage as much as it recharging faster and faster, which is just great. And let's see, can be charged up, and you can even charge it up to deal more damage. But I know a lot of people, Rage Brothers, TC Thief, was talking about how good this guy is for gathering. But once again, I think it's mainly for missions at your level or lower. But if you want to be gathering in higher level zones, like for me, my character is 12 levels lower than my mission quest right now. And if I run around with either a Pathfinder or Striker or Recon Scout, I spend so much of my time running away from mobs or having to just empty clip of ammo into the husk in order to gather in those areas. I waste an enormous amount of time. So right now I use Teadshot Jess, which was for a limited time, but her big thing that helps me on gathering is she has a super enhanced Teddy that takes out all those mobs while I can focus on gathering the materials. And if you weren't lucky enough to get the Teadshot Jess, you can get the Enforcer Grizzly, who used to be a joke of an Outlander, really. Nobody really wanted him. Everybody recycled him right away. But now that they changed how the fragment system is done, they are great. And I really need to level up one and do some playthrough videos with them. But he has, he gets the 6% increase to find double loot. He gets the anti-material charge, so he can do that fist hit to take out a ton of structures or semi in order to do a bunch of gathering. But the big thing is he can throw down the Teddy to give him cover, so when you're running around and a taker, you happen to run into one, instead of you running away from the taker, he throws down the Teddy and allows the Teddy just to eat it up. And then you save time not having to run around fighting or trying to escape from the husk. And he has perks to increase the duration of Teddy by 5 seconds. Absolutely great. He gets defensive abilities. Shield boost, increase maximal shield by 20%. Overbearing increases the range of the Teddy attack by 2 tiles. Phase shift, so when he does his phase shift up here to escape or to phase through a husk, he also gets force the shield to regenerate for 4 seconds. Once again, more defensive powers. And then barricade damage. Enemies damaged by Teddy have a movement and attack speed slowed by 30% for 6 seconds, which is absolutely great for what you're using the Teddy for here. He does get in the zone, so your pickaxe is going to do more damage. And then you get increased Teddy's rate of fire by 50%. And then Berserker, increase the damage dealt by Teddy by 25% and duration by 5 seconds. And then his perk bonus, let's see, increases shield. Nope, there's actually a hero, Commando. I'll just show you really quick. That has a perk that can increase the duration of the Teddy by 5 seconds. And that is great if you really want to max out your Grizzly Enforcer. But for me, and I know this goes against almost everybody else you hear on YouTube, because everybody is pushing the Pathfinder and the Recon Scout, which, like I said, at lower levels I agree with. And if it's in missions lower level than you, yes, they are super gatherers. Same thing with Striker. But if you want to be gathering in missions higher level than you have to have an answer for the mobs coming in and attacking you, or you're going to spend all your time running away from the mobs or getting killed by the mobs. So I like the Enforcer and Teadshot Jess to throw down that teddy bear, allow the teddy bear to kill all the mobs while you keep on gathering. And that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts, whether you think I'm crazy with the way I do it or you think it's a decent idea. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. Take care.